Is audio? It keeps switching. Is my audio working now? VJ, I'm making faces because the audio is working. It's driving me crazy. Hmm. Still can't tell. This is crazy. Can anybody out there hear me? Anybody? Okay, well, I've checked on my settings. It looks like they're working. Um, Again, I have no idea how many people are in here because my StreamYard's so seldom gives me totals. Okay, cool. I'm glad you can hear me, VJ. And how's the rest of your night been going so far? I'm watching my internet, make sure that the wind doesn't take it out. So that's what I'm doing. I'm waiting to see if anybody else drops in here. What's your I know you're working on a blanket for someone. What else are you working on, VJ? You got your girl sorted, so life is good. Uh the hoops we jump through for them. Rearranging schedules and all kinds of stuff. Okay. What is going on? Hmm. So how was that cheerleading? Did you have fun at cheerleading today? You're making Afrocentric earrings to go with the slouch hats. My daughter said I needed a different shade of green for the earrings. A different shade other than what you used in the hats, or a shade that would match the hats. Why was the green wrong? uh, were you making what kind of earrings were you making? Daisies, like crochet flowers. What were you doing with them? A shade that would match the hat. I was shopping my stash. She said no. Sometimes I'm all for shopping your stash because that's what I'm doing with mine. Um, but sometimes you gotta go buy the green that matches what you already made. Shouldn't have to match. You shouldn't have to buy too much though. I mean, you're making earrings, so at least there's that. Yeah, I'm showing that there's people in here. So hi, welcome. Let me know what you're working on, what you're sipping on. If you have any news you want to share, feel free to share it. So you're making the Afrocentric earrings to go with the slouch hats. Are you going to wear them for the rest of Black History Month, or are you going to save them for June? Hopefully, Michaels has the shade you need. What kind of yarn are you using? Maybe somebody can look in their stash to see if they have it. You know, sometimes you shop your stash, sometimes you can swap your stash. You should be able to sell them. I'd be surprised if you couldn't. Hi, Catherine. Welcome, welcome. What are you working on? What are you sipping on? If you have any news, feel free to share it. BJ and I are talking about the times that you want to swap your stash and not spend money, but you kind of have to, just so everything matches. I've been trying really hard not to buy any more yarn because I have a ton of yarn already, so I don't need to buy anymore. And people seem to be burning out of yarn hauls anyway, so I have no real desire to buy anymore. So Aunt Lydia's Myrtle Green is the closest to the hat. Hmm. Well, if you use regular, okay. If you used worsted, no, I wouldn't. I was going to say maybe you could unravel some of your worsted and use that, but that's a pain. I only do that when I'm desperate. Oh, your new yarn is a darker shade, so the thread you have matches better. Okay, cool. Well, problem solved. And Catherine is working on crocheting the mate to my bunny. I saw that you said that Royal had said that you thought your bunny needed a friend, and you're drinking Diet Coke. The only way I can use thread is when I'm making earrings or stuff like that. I don't know how people use thread and make table runners and dining room tables and stuff. I'd lose my mind. Yeah, I only do it when I absolutely positively have to. Like I had made a beret and I wanted a choker to go with it, but obviously if I'm making a choker, I'm not going to use worsted weight yarn for a choker, but I wanted them to match perfectly. So I took like a quarter of a skein and separated out to like two thread. Like I used two threads held together, so that meant I took like two away. I think because like a 4 supply, I think. Yeah, getting them apart was a pain in the neck, and then crocheting with them that way, it worked because everything matched, and that's what I was going for. But it was not fun. Next time I do something like that, it's going to be in all black. If it's not all black or all one solid color, common color, I'm not doing it. So, but yeah, I'm glad you've got matches. Hooray, hooray, hooray! Now you can whip out those earrings and sell those as sets and be happy. And you're going to be especially interested in the announcement I'm about to make, or I'm going to make a little bit later, VJ. Just so you know. I like how yarn splits when you try to work with it, but you can't apply it when you want to. Yeah, isn't that a kicker? Ain't that something? When you don't want it to split, it's splitting everywhere. When you need it to split, it doesn't want to. It's like a cemented shut. Funny how that works. Hey, so my week has been relatively uneventful, I guess. Let's see. Since I talked to you last, I did start working. I remember I said I wanted to work on something just for me. I did start that, but I'm only like 3 or 4 rows in, so there's really nothing to show you. But I did finish my new addition to the Heart family. So now we have this little guy in the mix. And he came out pretty cute. You tell me what he is, though. I know what he's supposed to be, but you tell me what you think he is. This is profile. And here's his profile from the other way. So Vijay says, I have 2 hats that need the myrtle green thread. I'll go to Michael's on Friday. Oh, well, at least it's down to 2 and how not however many more. Why, thank you, Catherine. My birthday is interesting. I'll talk about that here in a minute. No, no dog. I already have a dog. Where's the puppy? Where is the freaking pup? Where did my... Oh, wait, I moved it. I'm about to yell. And it's something I did to myself. Yeah, that's puppy. Yeah, puppy. Yeah, that's puppy. This is, yes, a bear. This is the bear. I'm actually going to sit down one day and make all of these in the same thread or in the same yarn so you'll be able to tell them different from each other. But you guys didn't guess mouse, so I'm glad for that. There is a mouse though, but this isn't the mouse. This is the bear. So the bear, I gotta tweak the pattern a little bit, but after I tweak the pattern, I'll go ahead and release it on my Etsy shop. Um, I've got 4 or 5 more of these I'm going to make, so I will be like releasing like one a week or one every other week until they're all up there. Then I'll put a bundle together, maybe a book. I don't know. But anyway, that's the bear. He's the newest. So here for that. And like I said, I did start the project that was just for me, but I'm only have a couple of rows in, so nothing to show so far. So I mean, I'll have something to show you next week since um, I'm also working on the pattern for the other what's it called, shawl that I wrote. I need to finish it. Actually, it's not really a shawl. It's going to be more of like a scarf bandana thing. But you could repeat the pattern and make it to shawl length, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish that. I think I have like 4 more rows on that. So I'm gonna finish that and finish writing that pattern, and I'm gonna upload that on my Etsy shop. And there may or may not be a tutorial for that one. I think there will be because I kind of want to go over like do stitch tutorials for the stitches I used in it. So I'll have to do that video and then upload that pattern. So I'm trying to like put up 1 to 2 patterns a month, and I have enough whips that I've actually started and notes and stuff that I can actually do that for like probably until April or May. Then I'll probably slack off and go back to like one every other month or something. I don't know. So that's what I've been working on. People seem to like the heart friends. The bunny seems to be the favorite as far as like people buying the patterns, but people who have put in orders for them, they're ordering the mouse. So I've been making a lot of mice, but people want to make the bunny themselves. So yes, I don't know. Okay, so that's what I've got. I'm working on. Now I guess we could jump right into. So yesterday was my birthday. I turned 54, and it was a very low key day, which I was perfectly okay with because I'm not really a huge "woo, let's go out and get loaded and celebrate my birthday" kind of person. I mean, I'm kind of that way on, like, say, the milestone birthdays. Like, well, we didn't do anything on my 50th for long reason, long story. But I had a big blowout party for my 40th. I had a party for my 45th, and I'll probably have a party next year for my 55th. But other than that, I'm kind of just a stay home, order and eat cake, give me my presents, yeah, kind of gal. Especially with my birthday being on Valentine's Day. I very seldom celebrate my birthday on my birthday because it's Valentine's Day. So even if I was going to go out and celebrate big, it wouldn't be until this weekend anyway. Because I also don't. I'm kind of superstitious. I don't like to celebrate my birthday before my birthday. So if I actually was going to go out and do a big to do, it wouldn't be till this weekend anyway. So anyway, all that to say, it was a very low key day. The kid, the kids, gave me my gifts, which was an eclectic grouping of things. I got the stress cow, which I absolutely love because just sitting here and doing this is really therapeutic. And I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it would be a good ASMR thing. But yeah, so sitting here and playing with this is very therapeutic. She also got me an intention candle, so I need to speak my intentions while I light it, and it's supposed to help me with concentration and balance and perception and stuff like that. It's sort of an interesting thing. I'm an Aquarius, and apparently, the Aquarius chakra is in the throat, which she found completely and totally hysterical. Since she's like, since you never really want to shut up, her words. So she found that particularly interesting that my chakra were the throat. And it is kind of funny, as much as I talk, as much as I like to communicate, and in various ways, the fact that is my first chakra is kind of funny. So, but yeah, she got me that, and then she got me a variety of crystals, which are gorgeous. And I can't show them to you right now because, well, my desk is a nightmare, and I didn't think ahead of time to pull them out. But she got me a moonstone, an amethyst, um, a couple other stones that you will probably see when I'm doing pictures to display my finished products because they're just pretty and just something I want to do. AMF, not AMSR, the ASMR. You know, the people that like to hear things. ASMR, right? ASMR. Yeah. You guys know what I mean. AMF here, I think, is bowling, but I don't know. Don't quote me on that. See, I'll sit here and play with this all day, and if my microphone's picking up the sound, you're probably going, stop that. So let me put it down. So anyway, so yeah, I was a low key, and then let's see, she bought me dinner, so we all ate, and she bought me cupcakes, and she put a 5 of 4 and a candles to grow on the cupcakes, and they sang happy birthday, and I blew out the candles, and then I ate a couple of cupcakes, and that was my birthday, and it was fun. You don't know where your stones are? Better find them because I need to go under a full moon here soon. But yeah, she bought me a bunch of them. Well, 5, which is a decent amount to add to my collection I already have. And the one that I use of the current collection that I can get to right now, the one that I hold the most, is my hematite. I hope this a lot. I just sit here and do this. It's very soothing. What was for dinner? We ordered from Applebee's because we like the double crunch wings, so we got that. But they're good. And we got their artichoke and spinach dip. That was good too. So it was a nice day. Like I said, it was low key. I sat here and worked most of it because I had a paper due, so I had to work on my paper. And then, I worked on the bear, and I worked on my personal project, and um, kind of like indeed around all day, which is cool. I love spinach artichoke dip. One of my favorites. So let's see. Oh, she got a bunch of candy too. And I'm gonna subscribe to something else, and I'm drawing a blank as to what it was. Candle, the crystals, the cow, candy. I guess that's it. Oh, she got me flowers, roses and lilies. Really pretty bouquet. So that was all she got me. Well, not all she got me, but that's what she got me. That's what I'm saying. Plus dinner. So I was happy. Okay, so how many of y'all are familiar with Oh, well, before I get into that, so here's my other thing that I'm trying to figure out. So my advisor from school calls me, and he's like, "Okay, hey," he's like, "I signed you up for the last 2 classes," and I was like, "Cool." And he's like, "Okay, they start." No, this is wording exactly. They start on March 20th. I was like, "Okay." I'm like, "Wait. They?" He's like, "Yeah, I signed you up for both." I was like, "Why both?" No, I normally only take one at a time. He's like, well, one's the research element and the other one is the writing element, so you could take them both. And I was like, but I'm not sure I want to take them both. I don't think I have time to take them both. And he's like, well, you don't have to. He's like, but if you can get done sooner, blah 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 blah. And if I took them both at the same time, I would be done the end of May instead of the end of August. So that's kind of appealing because I'm ready to be done. But on the flip side, that's 2 classes. And I'm not quite sure I can handle that course load. So I'm looking at the classes, and then I realize that my research portion, I could actually choose what I want to do after I graduate as the research project. Which, as you know, I really want to start a nonprofit to assist people with different varying needs, especially like those that are caught between the cracks. They make too much to get aid from the government, but they don't make quite enough to not need aid from somewhere. And I need to do all the research for that organization to start the organization and to start to get grant funds. So I'm like, I could combine those two, and if I take those classes at the same time, I'll have my business ready to submit for grants that much sooner. So I'm really trying to decide if I want to dig deep and take these 2 classes at the same time or not. I mean, with my last master's degree, I had to do a similar capstone project, and I was so bored in the research portion of it because it was going over all the stuff I already know how to do. I actually wrote 2/3 of my capstone in the research class. So technically, I could like just take the research class this go around and probably do the same thing. And then when the research class, the writing class comes up, I'm practically done. So I'm kind of leaning that way, especially if I wouldn't be able to get enough financial aid to cover my stipend. Because if I were to take on both these classes, I would like have to pretty much quit work completely. My life would literally be YouTube, school. That's it. So I'm trying to decide which route to take on that, and I'm not sure. Anyway, VJ, do you only have the one child? Yes, I only have one. Diva is an only child. And then she turned around and she had Kiara, and so far Kiara is an only child. There's been talk of a second, but to quote my daughter, it's just talk, it's only talk, that's it. So I don't know what's going to happen. Of course, you're like, my sister and I are 10 years apart. So never say never. Catherine saying, sounds like a lot of work at one time. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. It would be a huge course load if I was researching and writing at the same time. So I'm kind of leaning against it, especially since I probably wouldn't be able to get enough financial aid to like keep me from like being broke before I finished. I'm not trying to be broke before I finish. So I'm leaning towards just taking the one and just sticking it out, and then taking the second route. And either way, I'd still have the paper ready for the grant. And I kind of want to have a finished degree on my resume when I submit the grants as well. So I'm probably going to wait. But anyway, so yeah, that's what I've been deliberating, trying to decide what I want to do there. And meanwhile, I've been watching this whole. You guys have heard of Dhar Man Studios, right? The really cheesy, um, feel good videos that he puts out on YouTube. Hi, dear. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let us know what you're working on, what you happen to be sipping on. If you have any news, feel free to share it. I was just about to get into what the actual topic of this live was, well, that I made anyway. We meander all the time. We eventually get to the actual topic if I make one. We'll just get into it now. Although we're only at 30 minutes in, so that's really not bad for us. But you guys have heard of Drama Studios, right? That like so and so does something stupid, lives to regret it, or so and so does something and the ending will shock you. You've seen the videos. So some of his actors are complaining about the situation at the studio, about how they don't make enough to live, and how if you complain about something, you get fired, and just how the atmosphere at the studio just isn't the same as it was when I first started. And they're kind of tired of him flexing, buying $15 million homes, but he won't pay the actors a decent wage. And of course, you have the other side of the actors that are like, oh, we get paid fine, and Dar's great, and blah 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 blah. You know how that goes. There's always three sides. There's the actor side, there's Dar's side, and then there's the truth. But I'm watching all this play out, and I'm kind of like, I'm not really taking a side because both sides are right and both sides are wrong. On the side of Dar, um, they're contract players, and they have to sign a contract in order to take the role. So they know how much they're going to get paid. They know how much they're going to work. It's not like they're going into a blind. It's not like he's saying you're going to make $100,000 on this next video, and then they only make $100. It's not like he's like hiding things or being dishonest about it. He's paying them what is in the contract. Um, However, he did build his wealth, the wealth that he's using to buy $15 million homes on the backs of his actors. So it really wouldn't kill him to pay them on a higher scale than he is. I mean, he's paying on an average, from what I've been told, uh, around about the average industry standard. But like I said, when you have literally built your wealth on the back of these actors, paying them a little bit more than standard scale wouldn't kill you. Um, it's a little bit of appreciation. Show them some appreciation. It wouldn't hurt. But on the other end, there's the actors that are saying that they don't make enough, like, to eat, right, or to pay rent. Well, here's the thing: you're a contract player. When you work for a contract, you know what you're getting paid. And when you're a contract worker of any kind, contract worker, gig worker, what have you, you don't put all your eggs in one basket. You need to have eggs in many baskets. You need to have many eggs in many baskets. Not just like different kinds of eggs in each basket. You need to have different kinds of eggs in different kinds of baskets. Um, you know, Side hustle, not side hustles, plural. You can't just depend on just one company to pay the bills. That's suicide. And trust me, as someone who was a gig worker, an independent contractor, and a freelancer for 20 plus years, I learned quickly that depending on just one client was asking for disaster. So as far as I'm concerned, with their complaint about that, they really just need to branch out more, get more gigs, get a side gig, get a side business, whatever they have to do to like make ends meet. Um, so how does that apply to any of us? Well, a lot of us that sell our finished works or we sell our patterns, that's pretty much gig work. You're getting paid by the gig, you're getting paid by the piece you make, you're getting paid by the pattern you sell. When pattern sales and product sales are going well, then hey, it's great, it's awesome. But what if there's a slowdown, like right now? Right now is a slow time for like finished products. People are just like getting their finances straight after splurging for Christmas. There's not a whole lot of money getting spent, and for the most part, what we do is considered accessories. It's like a splurge, so to speak. It's not like we're living in like 1823 where like you needed shawls and you needed scarves and you needed hats to live. I mean, they're like part of your survival equipment. Now, I mean, you need them when it's cold, but they're more of an accessory than anything at this point. So, that's why it pays to have more than one thing. So you sell patterns and you make stuff. That's cool. What kind of stuff do you make? Do you make just one kind of stuff? Do you make different kinds of stuff? Do you do other crafts? Do you sell those crafts? Do you make videos on how to make those crafts? You need to have several balls in the air. Otherwise, you're going to regret it if you don't. I mean, that's why I've got the patterns. I do some finished work. I've got other crafts that I sell. And I've got the YouTube channel, which isn't really a money maker right now, but it's exposure, and it's been helpful. When people find out I have a YouTube channel, and I'm like, and they ask me what I do on it, and like that gives, for some reason, it seems to give me some credibility that I'm actually on YouTube talking about the things that I make. So it pays off. Also, a blog, monetize that blog, make some money, make some pennies off the monetization. So that's how it applies to us as far as like being a gig worker. Now, as far as being an employer, again, now most of us aren't technically employers because we don't like hire out people, but we do use pattern testers. Um, how do you treat your pattern testers? Do you pay them? Do you pay them in yarn? Do they just volunteer? How you treat your pattern testers will also determine your reputation in the Yarny community as well. If you have a reputation of being someone easy to work with and appreciative of what your testers do, and and you're communicative with them, that'll get you more and more pattern testers, and that'll get you on the radar for other projects, and collaborations. Because nobody wants to collaborate with someone that's a pain in the butt. You know, who wants that? Nobody. So if you treat your pattern testers well, then that could go a long way too. If you have a Facebook group, you talk to your members. You let them post. You do contests. You do all kinds of stuff. All this goes a long way to establishing a positive rapport with people. Because I mean, the bottom line is, you can like advertise on Facebook and anywhere you want, but the majority, I don't know about you guys, but the majority of my work is word of mouth. I get a lot of, especially my finished stuff. I get a lot of my commissions from word of mouth. My patterns, word of mouth is gaining, but that's still pretty much search based and marketing based. But I'm trying to get that up to word of mouth too. Anyway, that's how Dhar Man applies to us. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, and don't treat the people you work with like crap. That's what it comes down to. Now, that's actually a segue into the last thing I want to talk about tonight, which is this is what VJ will be the most interested in. And I kind of talked about earlier, like everybody's kind of getting burned out on yarn haul, yarn hauls, and yarn reviews and stuff like that. But what I'm noticing that we don't have a whole lot of, and there's a lot of us out here that are actually trying to turn this hobby of crochet into a business. And I'm not seeing a whole lot of people that are talking about the business side of it. Like, taxes. You hear that, BJ? Taxes. Who has to file? How much do you have to make to file? What can you write off? What's an expense? What's not an expense? Um, how do I go about it? What forms do I use? And if you want to start the business, what kind of business should I start? Should I get insurance? Should I how do I price? Stuff like that. So I've decided that I'm going to tackle those questions. Probably once a week, I'm going to put out a small business yarny or crafty um, video, basically giving you some tips, some ideas on you know how to handle the business side of a craft business. So I'm probably going to start. Okay, I know VJ especially has been waiting for me to do the tax one, so that's going to be the first video. and I'll probably film it this week, so it'll be out. And I'll probably do like so one a week going forward on just some business element part of the craft community. And it's going to be focused mainly on crochet because that's what most of my viewers are. They're crocheters, so there'll still be like talk on like how much yarn do I really need to buy, um, why, what kind of hooks should I buy? Can I justify the cost? Yada yada stuff like that. So that was my big news. So I'm still going to do stitch reviews. I'm still going to do my pattern tutorials, and I'm still going to do my lives. But I'm just adding the business videos to the mix because I'm not seeing anybody covering it. And I think somebody should. So there you go. And for those of you that don't know, I have been a small business owner for 20 plus years. I worked as a bookkeeper for 5 years, and I taught accounting for 3. And with my freelance writing, which was what my business was, I focused mainly on small business issues, like how to start a business, how to maintain a business, how to file taxes for the business, choosing insurance, choosing the business structure, stuff like that. So this is very well in my wheelhouse. So I'm not just some Joe Schmo that's coming in here giving you advice that I don't know anything about. On the other hand, let me also add that I am not an accountant. I am not a lawyer. I'm not, and I don't, and I'm not a tax accountant. So my advice is simply that advice. I will give you resources so you can read more about it, and I will remind you after every video. Feel free to contact an attorney or a tax accountant for more information. Because from my legal studies, which is what my master's degree is going to be in, I know that I have to put that caveat after everything. Otherwise, someone's going to want to sue me, and I am not trying to get sued. But anyway, there you have it. Catherine saying she's very burnt out on yarn. Oh, I can't say it. Yarn hauls. I want content, conversation, etc. I don't just sit here and buy yarn all day. Are you sure? Are you sure you're not constantly on Hershey's buying yarn? Because I've heard. I'm kidding. I see. But I know what you mean. You know, it seems like it almost seems like people take the easy way out by doing yarn hauls and stuff like that. You don't actually have to talk to anybody. All you have to do is show what it is you bought. Maybe do a swatch or two. Say yay or nay what you think about it, and you've got a video. It doesn't seem to be a whole lot of people talking to people anymore. So I'll be gabbing at you about business stuff. You're welcome. I'm glad you like the idea, dear. I'm kind of excited about it. I like yarn hauls where they show their intent for the yarn. I mean, how they plan to use it. 'Cause a lot of times I buy yarn and I don't have any idea how I'm going to use it. I just thought it was pretty. That's most of my yarn. The only yarn that I buy oh, let me try this again. The only yarn that I've actually bought with an actual intent already in mind is for commissions. Any other time, I'm out here going, I just want some new pretty. Ooh, pretty. Let's buy 6 grains. That should be enough. For whatever I make. I don't play that far in advance. But yeah, so that's my announcement. That's what I'm going to be doing. Along with everything else. Because, I have time. Why not? So yeah, that's what I'll be up to for the next couple of weeks, months, what have you. If you have any topics that you want me to cover, feel free to comment on this live, send me an email at unapologeticallymocha@gmail.com. Um, hit me up on my Facebook page, Mocha Crochets and Crafts. Just find me. I'm out there. I'm out there in the streets. You'll see me. DJ neither makes yarn haul videos or watches them anymore. Are you that burnt out? But I mean, let's be real. There's really only so many ways that you can explain what a four-weight yarn is. You know, it's going to be somewhere between 4-ply and 12-ply. It's going to need between a 5 and a 6 millimeter hook, and it's either acrylic, some kind of wool, or it's plant-based. And it's either splitting or it's not. There's really not a whole lot to say about it. And you can say the same thing about DK, Sport, Chunky. Yeah. The reason why I like watching is because I like to see when there's some new pretty yarn that's come out. Other than that, I really don't have any real desire to watch somebody unbox 50 skeins of yarn. You know, unless it's especially pretty. Like Bago Day's fabulous yarn haul, that was some beautiful yarn that she was showing off. It was a beautiful yarn with a beautiful price tag, though. Wow. I mean, like she says, yarn is worth what you'll pay for it. But a couple of those yarns that she paid for, I probably would have paid for too. Like the one that she was wearing as a necklace, and I thought that was absolutely fabulous. And I would have bought that. And I want to say the very last one she showed, I really liked too. No, wait, that was a chocolate lace. There was another one she showed that I really, really liked that I would have bought. So, I'm not opposed to spending what some people might consider a ridiculous amount of money on yarn. But on the flip side, I don't really need to watch you unbox 5 boxes of it either. Not that's what she did. I'm just saying. But I don't know why Vijay no longer makes nor watches yarn haul videos anymore. I apparently have a serious lag because I've asked you several of you questions and none of you are answering me. So I'm assuming there's a lag. But so yeah, I'll do gadgets and I'm more apt to like combine a yarn haul, not do a yarn haul, but like select a skein of yarn, review it, and combine it with a stitch tutorial. I like to kill more than one bird with a video, which I guess is kind of stupid because if I could stretch it out to do 2 different videos, which would be more content. But is that really quality content? I mean, like I said, there's only so much you can say about a wash weight yarn. You don't really need a full video for it for the most part, unless it's like I said, some new pretty yarn that's made of a new fabric or vegetable or something. So I don't know. I guess that's just my way of saying I'm going out on yarn haul videos too. So I just said I don't want my yarn to outlive me. My kids will get goodwill. Yeah, yeah, I agree. My yarn would not. I would hope that some of my yarny friends, if I were to pass, some of my yarny friends would step up and volunteer to take some of it off my hands, off my daughter's hands, because if it's left to her, she would definitely just donate it somewhere, guaranteed. So, yeah, so I'm really more of a I don't I only buy yarn when I need to buy it or it's desperately pretty and I have to have it. And I'm like I said, I'm doing the whole shopper stash thing because there's a lot of yarn back there. You're only seeing a fraction of my yarn. And I really need to get this room straightened out because it's driving me nuts. I'm looking at the camera going, oh my god, it's a mess back there. But I'm so out of space right now. It's insane how out of space I am. So that's kind of why my background's a bit of a hot mess. I thought about just putting the curtain up, and I may do that because I'm tired of looking at it, and I hate having like a hot mess backdrop. Can you guys shoot me mess with this? I got my calendar again. So, but yeah, that's what I'm working on. That's what's coming up. Um, how are y'all faring with this weather that's about to come through? I know, Catherine, I think you're on the fringe of, well, yeah, you guys are both, I think both of you are kind of, well, I know Catherine's on the fringe of the severe weather. Usually, I'm not sure how Missouri is supposed to fare. What do you guys have coming in? I know we are on the lookout for heavy wind and possible flooding, which sounds so fun. Just what I want to deal with in February. High winds and flooding. Sounds like a blast. Where do I sign up? In the other parts of the country, I have a friend that lives in Tennessee. Well, I have several friends live in Tennessee. They're literally on the bullseye of what they expect some severe weather tomorrow. At the 10% hatch markings chance. We're in the, I think I want to say 5%. So we shall see. But they're expecting us to get wind, severe winds either way. I mean, there's obviously a difference between severe winds and tornadoes. But considering what a severe wind did to my house last summer, I'm not in the mood to deal with any of that either again. So I shall be watching the weather, watching Ryan Hall, y'all. Yeah, yeah, Alabama's in the bullseye. So yeah, she could very well be in the midst of it. I'm sure there's several people that we know that are going to be in the midst of it. So just our thoughts and good juju's for everybody that's going to be in the middle of all this tomorrow. Hopefully, it's being overblown and and things will just like, excuse the pun again, blow over. But he's hoping. BJ saying it's just south of her, 24% chance of rain. Well, yeah, it looks like I thought you guys weren't in the direct path of it, but I don't really like this in a map, so that's good. And Catherine, you have a 5% chance of tornado weather. Yay! That's the same as mine. Hooray! Because we all know that 5% can up much quicker than anticipated. You guys are supposed to get your lightning and thunder starting at midnight. The wind has been crazy here all day. It's died down a little bit right now. It's supposed to pick back up probably around midnight. That's when the wind's supposed to start, and then the rain's supposed to start like at 3 or 4 or so, or something like that. Did Ryan Hall go live yet? He was supposed to go live at 8 o'clock. I haven't checked back to look. And obviously, I'm here, so I'm not watching it right now. He was going to go start going live at 8 tonight because of people up north that are getting snow. And a friend of mine is expected to get 5 to 8 inches of snow. So I mean, think about this. I have a friend in Iowa that's looking at 5 to 8 inches of snow. Catherine is anticipating possible tornadoes. VJ is anticipating possible rain, and I'm sitting here hoping that my house doesn't blow away in a heavy wind. All that's going on at once, but you know, climate change isn't real. Okay. Hi, Shatika. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are talking about the weather and crochet and crafting and taxes and all kinds of stuff. I'll say he is live. That's why you're late. Okay, gotcha. I'll go check him out when I'm done here. Let's see what's going on. Has any had any bad weather blown started yet, Catherine? I know he was mainly going on tonight because he was worried about the snowstorms. yeah, that's pretty much. So yeah, I'm gonna add watching the weather to working on my special project, and hope I might maybe try to film a video tomorrow. Yeah, that's what I've got going on. Oh, they're getting set up. Okay. I don't know. Maybe by now they might actually like be live. I'll have to go check that out. It's about to get kind of loud in here because people just walked in, and I was giving my dog for their TV. But we're almost at the top of the hour anyway, so maybe I'll just cut this a few minutes short. Oh wait, no, this is quite wait. They take time with the door. Anyway, yeah, that's what I'll be doing. I'm working on all that, and I'm gonna have the first businessy video out this week. Probably, I'll probably film it tomorrow, so it'll probably be out on Friday. And the pet, the heart friend will be on my. The pattern will be on my Etsy shop probably, if not Friday this weekend. Like I said, I'm gonna release one of those like every other week or so. And there's I think four more. Like I think off the top of my head. And I'm going to finish that the bandana slash shawl, and I'll probably do a tutorial on it. So that'll probably be out sometime next week, along with the pattern. And yeah, that's what I've got going on right now. So, oh, Kathleen, I'm just about to leave. Well, hi, I'm glad you managed to stop by for a second. Um, yeah, so that's what I'm going to be working on. And I lost my train of thought completely. I don't know what I was going to say. Anyway, thanks, everyone. Stay safe, and everyone else too. Yeah, that. The heart friends are the cutest. Well, thank you. Super fun to make. I'm glad you enjoy making them. So yeah, I'm going to start wrapping this up. You guys could have like spent this last hour everywhere. Oh, Kathleen, it's fine. I mean, I'm bummed for you that that you kind of this is on replay, so don't worry about it. Um, you guys could have spent this last hour anywhere you wanted, but you chose to spend it with me, and I greatly appreciate that. If you haven't hit the like button already, please hit the like button on your way out. If you're new here and you think you might like my content, feel free to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that you know when I upload new videos and when I go live. I typically go live every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and I put out videos when I being being 100 when I get around to making them. But I am trying to get back to making them more often than I have been. So I'm aiming for like once a week. And with this whole business tax thing, I figured that will help keep me on track because I have a list of topics I want to talk about. So I'll probably just film a batch of them and I'll just release them once a week. So that'll help. And we talk about all things crafty and crochet and life and whatever we choose to get into. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go get out of here because I'm hungry and I'm gonna go eat. And I want to get back to working on my project and taking my notes for everything that's happening on. So I will see you guys in the YouTube streets. And if I don't see you there, I'll see you guys back here next week. Thanks for being here, guys. And we will talk soon. Bye.